HiRevz Media is sponsored by Born to Ride Motorcycle Magazine. Check out borntoride.com. Alright guys, so today's the day. Gonna start figuring out that fairing on the front end. I did go ahead and tape these off and spray some black paint in there just to black out the inside of the pipe. I always think that looks better. That's one thing I have done, but I'm gonna start pulling the headlight off and the turn signals, get those out of the way, and then we can start figuring out how to make this mount. All right, got the turn signals loose and just drop those down for now, because all the wiring goes to the back of this headlight, and took the headlight ring off, which is just a Phillips head and a lock nut. I did have to hold the lock nut with a pair of pliers, which doesn't take much, but it was spinning by itself. So now this should pop out of here, and we should be able to get to our wires in there. We've got to feed all that out the back of the headlight in order to pull it off, which should give us plenty of wiring and everything for figuring out where we're going to mount stuff like that. All right, guys, I ended up having to pop the bulbs out of the actual housing and then pop them, take them off, and then pop them back in just to get it out of the way. The wires are kind of short, and I went ahead and marked low and high on here just so I could keep up which one's with which. And then now I'm just gonna go through and start pulling all this out the back, and I may have to unhook some of these to pull them out, and then it can hook them back up. But we go through there. It's a bunch of wires all on this one little headlight. All right, all the wires are out of here and onto the side. What I did is I started unhooking the smallest connectors first, sending them to the back, sending the other one to the back, reconnecting them, and just did it one at a time, getting each one of these through. And there was finally enough room for the big connectors just to kind of plop back out. So now there's a bolt under here, pull that out, pull this whole headlight assembly off. All right guys, that looks super weird, but the wires are able to be tucked up out of the way for doing what we need to do. And you can check out, we got these two tabs at the bottom of the neck here, and then we're gonna put a U-bolt at the top to get everything bolt down like a flat plate that kind of wraps around and clicks in here, and then we can mount off of that. It's about the only way to do it on a Victory, unless you want to start popping holes in the frame, and I don't. So check out Joe Kerr, which is probably not his real name, but pretty good Facebook name. But he's in our FXRT group, and he has been super helpful. Sent me a bunch of pictures of stuff, sent me pictures of his neck, and he's about the only one I've found that has been like super open at, sending me stuff like that, which is good. So I'm happy for that. So I can show you, essentially the same way that he did it is the way that we're going to do it here, and try to come up with something as easy as we can, make it bolt up. All right, so this is the Harley mount that it comes with, which I believe is a dyno one. So this would bolt onto the frame here and then bolt through up there just like that. Obviously that won't work for us, so we're going to try to use all of this that we can. And I don't know that this is going to need to be shortened or lengthened, but the angle is definitely going to be wrong. I can already see that. But we're going to try to make something work with these plates and maybe flip them around and maybe make that work out if we can, and then figure out how to do the U-bolt. All right, we might have figured out another idea using the Harley pieces. So I've actually flipped these upside down from the way they'd go on the Harley. And we're gonna cut this little tab off the top because it's kind of touching the frame. And then this bottom bolt hole, we're gonna try to use. So where we're actually touching the frame right here, there's a couple little fine scratches where we actually touched that. If those are gone, that piece would come all the way back a little bit closer to the neck. And I'm hoping it'll get us down here to this hole in the webbing. And we're thinking about drilling through that, which will actually triangulate it and actually make it stronger, whether you believe that or not, because this is cast. If we bore a nice hole through it, and it won't matter. It's just still, we still unbolt it. We have a small hole there, which is common in Harleys and everything else. And the headlight can be bolted right back up on, and all those wires squished back inside of it. So everything can be put back, you know, so, which given, you know, using these tabs and using the U-bolt, you can still switch that around too. So we're thinking about dropping it down, bolting it there. Maybe, you know, probably have to put some spacers in here, give it some real good rigidity, which it comes with some we can cut down. And then using the tank tabs to run a tab off of the frame up here, bolt through that, even if we have to get longer bolts. So that was Daddy's idea of bringing that in and maybe dropping this down without having to do the other way. And it might be easier with the metal we've already got here. So we're gonna knock those off first and see where we're at. All right, guys, so this is the plate. Cut those tabs off up here so we can bring this down closer. And now it's touching right down here at the bottom. Yeah, right there, it's touching on the frame there, and then it's touching down here on the triple trees. So we're gonna cut off those two. You can see the lines I've made on there a little bit. And cut those two off so we can get that hole sunk down in here a little better. And I think that's gonna work. All right, guys, so we've got these trimmed down, and I really like this angle, bringing that on down like that. But as the handlebars turn, that bottom triple tree rest against the frame, and it'd be resting here, and we'd be losing turning radius. So we don't want to do that. So we're gonna bring it on down in tighter to this bolt this way, and then see if that'll pass under it when we get it up there. All right, here's our new line. And if we put our hole at the very top of this webbing right here, if we line up the hole and bring this back against the frame where it'll be, you can see right now that bottom tab that normally rests here, it would full lock, it would end up hitting that. So we're gonna cut that off of that score line right there. So you got Daddy over there cutting on those plates. And I am gonna start drilling out the webbing right here at the very top of that webbing. Starting out small, I'm gonna open it up. All right, guys, feeling pretty bored. Looks pretty good. It's a good looking hole. How smooth that sucker is. All right, guys, it's coming together. So you see right here, obviously this can go up a little bit, and that's coming against it just barely right here. So we could round that out a little bit more to miss it, and we could take off a little bit of this hump to fit in there a little better, which we might do. Clean that up a bit. The top up here is looking good, and then we're actually gonna make some kind of bracket to bolt up here to the tank. But this is about right. Could kick back just a little bit more, and it might with that end going just a little bit more, shave that down. This will kick up a little bit more, get it off of this, but that's looking pretty good. I ended up having to get a different bolt. Still, I think these are all 3/8, but had to get a different one. So this one's way too long, but the other one was just too short. But that is looking really good. Get the top mounts done and be ready to throw a fairing on. All right, guys, check that out. So now this has some room to go up because it can move down there, and it's off of the actual triple trees down there. So now we just got to get that set up in place and then run some tabs back, and that should look pretty dang good. and it's about right. It might need to be kicked back just a little bit, so we might need to section this. Might even need to be shortened or lengthened. I don't know about that yet. But as far as this, you know, kind of straight up and down, might actually work. So on these bolts at the front, we're probably gonna have to add in some washers in there, which I'm pretty sure, can't remember if I did that on the Harley or not, but pretty sure you have to do that anyways. So that'll, you know, those will get spaced out kind of evenly. And you can see where this is kind of buttoned up against the frame right there. That's the clutch cable running down. So we're probably gonna notch that out just to make sure there's not a sharp edge right there. You know, so it doesn't cut the clutch cable after riding, vibration, everything else. So we'll notch that part of that little piece out. And I think we're just decided to run from the top bolts to the tank bolts, just a strap from there to there that's the exact length, and then bolt it to it real nice and tight, because this is holding up pretty tight against the frame right there. It's obviously going to scratch the frame some, but that could always be touched up if I end up taking this back off. So that's not going to be too big of a deal, but this is working out really good. A lot better than I was originally intending. I like this a lot better actually than doing the other way that we were thinking. So I think that'll work though. All right, guys. So the straps at the top are not done yet. Everything else is pretty much spaced out and working. And this is where it is sitting naturally. You know, it's probably kicked down slightly once everything's bolted up. And it might land about perfect anyways, because it just, everything just seems to be kind of working out. It is fairly low. It's sitting kind of low on the frame, but it still works. The gap's not crazy or nothing like I've seen when you step, you know, here sideways. It's not crazy, and it still kind of, this curve flows with this curve in the tank, so it still has a good look to it. And the windshield obviously will make it taller on here also, which will add to the look some. But that's about where it is. Like I said, right now it's just kind of bound up because it's just got one bolt kind of holding it in place. And then the sides of the forks are against the bottom. So all of that has to be kind of ground back in order to sit it in there freely and allow this to move, and then figure out how that's going to work when they turn the forks down here, and how the gauges are going to work when they bash into the sides. So we might have to relocate the gauges or something like that. Gonna figure that out. But luckily there's plenty of wiring and stuff there because it was all tucked in that big old headlight. So we got plenty of room for that. So just got a few more things to figure out. All right, guys, so here's our bracket. It's bolted through there and it runs up to here. And we kind of bent it and made sure we got it where we wanted it. And now we'll come back and trim that off, do one for the other side, and then we'll bolt all this down, and that should be pretty much good to go. And it's pretty much straightened itself up perfectly with the bike now, which is good. So then the mounts will be done, get these cut down, get them sprayed, paint all this black, repaint that black, cover up all the open metal, and then we're ready to start mounting the fairing and getting it all in place. All right, guys, so there's a notch that I made for the clutch cable coming out, and then rounded that corner, and then get the other brackets in here drying and spraying the last one. And this paint is so good. This is that MRO that I told you about the other day, and this stuff, I mean, it goes on super thick, super glossy. It's super heavy duty. Look at this paint. So it's the 4-in-1 can. It's, as I'm saying, it's super thick stuff, and it lays down great. I mean, it's like frame paint or whatever. Right, guys, all the brackets are dry now, but this paint is pretty awesome. You see all the stuff that we touched up. I mean, this is the old powder coat under here. It's kind of rough, but everything that we painted, you know, with a nice thick coat on the stuff that we did, looks awesome. So if you want some of this paint, any of their products, check out the link below, and she can help you out. Get you some of this paint. All right, guys, the bracket is on. So that's the hardest part, hopefully. So this all bolted up nicely. So our little brackets there to hold this together. This is through the main frame. So it's pretty awesome. We were able to use these factory style Harley brackets and all of the original bolt holes that they give you, and then just added that on. That's going to work perfectly, and it is completely rigid. I mean, it moves the whole bike. It's solid as can be. Ended up using 2 of the washers at the bottom and just 1 of the washers at the top on the insides, and then a washer on the outside of each. This lined up perfectly right in the nylock, and then this is the one I cut off, so it ended up landing perfectly also. And then there's the relief we made there, and I smoothed the edge so that this could be right beside it up in there, and I think that's going to work perfectly. So it only comes into play really when you're going full right. You can see it laying against that there, but that's going to work. So the bracket over here, I think it looks pretty awesome. So now it's just trimming up the actual fairing, making it fit around the forks. And I think that's going to work pretty good. The only other thing that I could do is cut the neck here, slide the whole thing up, weld it back in place, and then guss it where it's moved to. Just if I wanted it to be higher. And the more I've looked at it, I actually kind of like it kind of low down, because this bike is so swoopy anyways. It kind of looks good set down. I think it'll look really good when it's painted.